Welcome to my so-called Virgo Like This is your girl Floyd Virgo. Good evening. Tonight I will be doing a review, not a reaction, but a review of the Daniels The Deliverance, which was inspired by a true story. Now, a lot of people said they didn't like it because uh, we have enough demonic music and movies and stuff like that. But I think it's different. I feel like, the entertainment be entertainment, and if you don't watch that, by all means, just don't watch it. But to me, the movie started off kind of slow. Um, it's like it didn't really pick up until like around the middle part, but it pretty much started off, with the little boy, which he kind of reminded me of the little boy from the movie Us by Jordan Peele. Um, but a lot of people say he's funny looking to me. He might be funny looking to some, but he's a handsome little man. He's a handsome little man. But yeah, he starts off, he's in his one pain. And um he calls his mom up, of course, to see what's playing. And I guess it's supposed to be a mural of Philadelphia or whatever they are from. Um in the beginning of this movie, I could tell that the relationship between the mom and the kids are very strained because none of them have patience for each other. Because, she's cleaning the wall. He's like, trying to rush her or whatever. Like, just call her, like, not a minute ago. Give her a moment to get upstairs. So then it kind of goes into, the grandmother being in church. Now, the way they have the grandmother's style, which is she's played by Glenn Close. Now, Glenn Close has been around for a long time, and I have never, then again, I haven't watched enough of her movies to really say what I've seen her play in, but I've never really seen her play the role that she's playing in this movie. So the fact that she's playing like this kind of, ghetto white grandmother, um, was something new. And I just feel though if she don't get a award for playing this part, Hollywood sucks, you know. But what really tripped me out was the fact that, Tasha Smith and from Why Did I Get Married uh is playing a pastor. And when I first saw it, I was like, are you serious? Like, I'm so used to her going off on somebody. Like, no matter what she plays, she always gone off on somebody. But she's playing the pastor, and of course, the two oldest kids took the grandmother in church while the young kids with the mom. And, let's fast forward to I guess they're having Sunday dinner. And I feel like this, and this is my opinion. I feel like when you stay in somebody else's home, you either fix your own food or don't get food or whatever the case may be. But the fact to undermine her in front of her kids, whether you're the mother or not, to me was very distasteful and disrespectful. Um, and then the fact that she's pretty much, the grandmother pretty much is letting you know that she doesn't really respect the mom, so of course the kids don't follow suit. Which is why the youngest boy gets popped in the moment, you know. It was kind of triggering for me because I don't got popped in my mouth for worse. By my mom when I was growing up, like just a breathing in, I just got popped. But yeah, so apparently this family is very dysfunctional, which makes the whole house just a weak vessel just in its entirety. And, the fact that it is a weak environment, I feel as though that's why, it was easy breeding ground for the boy to get, because that's why. But the mom, of course, didn't like the fact that she popped her son in the, but I feel like, also as a grandmother, she should have encouraged him not to talk back to his mom or encouraged him not to be disrespectful towards his mom. Instead, she pretty much treat them, the grandkids like their friends. You know how they used to say, I'm not one of your little friends, the grandmother apparently, treat the kids like that. So it was a part after that where I guess it was like flies in the basement, coming from the basement. Mom, answer me this. If you have flies in your basement, why would you not get some type of bug fogger? I know it's in the script, I know it's a movie. But me personally, if it was my house and I saw these flies coming from the basement, one or two things gonna happen. I'm gonna all the fuck out the basement. I'm not gonna take my jacket or seat and try to shoo the flies away, from the basement or whatever. But that was to me, that was the first time evil, evil to not evil. What the hell? But that was the first time of the evil manifesting in us because they always say it's like the little things that you can tell when evil is in your house. So, of course, flies was the first thing. And I don't know whether it was normal for the little boy to sleepwalk, but somehow, some way, he ended up sleepwalking into the kitchen because he felt like he deserved some milk, which, he ends up not really even drinking the milk. I don't know whether he was sleepwalking and drinking the milk with his mouth closed, but it's like it's just something weird to me. The fact that he was drinking it and just spilling it all over the floor. Um, but yeah, apparently the mom has a drinking problem because between the grandmother and the kids, they keep asking her, has she been drinking and when the last time she had a drink and stuff like that. But the kids end up coming from school, and one thing I hate movies. And so they was on their way home from school, and then they didn't really buy some kids on the corner. Of course, you know the mom being who she is, very much protective, but very much ratchet and love it. Because if you pick up my kids, oh yes, I'm marching down in the corner and kicking you in the nuts too. Don't touch me. And then, your mom has something to say about it too, saying she can get it too. But of course, the mom trying to be holier than thou, even though I'm pretty sure, she did worse when the mom was growing up or whatever, because it's like, hey, I remember everything. But yeah, so we gonna fast forward because I'm not gonna give y'all blow by blow about the movie. If you wanna go see, the rest of it, you can pretty much go watch it. It's on Netflix. It's really good, by the way. Um, but it's a cute little scene where the grandmother, the mom, and the daughter sitting in front of the TV and they doing each other hair or whatever. I thought that was very cute and very one of the softer moments early on in the movie. And I have a question for y'all. Like, do y'all have a basement? If y'all do, if you woke up in the middle of the night and your basement door was open and you passed by it already and it was closed, would you not think anything of it? Cause yeah, she keeps throughout the movie she keeps finding the basement door open, and she just treated like it's like nothing. That like was very weird to me. She is not a good room reader. Even though she wears glasses, she did not read the room. There's no way where I'll pass by the door and it was closed, and I pass right back and it's open. They don't. So of course we're gonna speed to the point to where Omar Epps shows up. Now, I know for Omar Epps used to be my crush of the 90s because, he was just very gentleman. But he done gained some weight. Him and Mark look alike. Uh, I know I'm big too. But it looks weird being gain weight in your face. It kind of distorts the whole character of what you used to see in the minutes. Then they're getting older. But Omar Epps apparently have a crush on uh, Albert, which is Glenn Close character. And the two women in the chemo area, because of course they talking to each other, you know, why he had asked Albert two women across from him talking smack, of course. And I found it very refreshing that, you know, when Close character checked them because I'm like, mind your business. Like, are you mad? Are you, you know, jealous because he's not talking to you? He's talking to an older woman about whatever. And she was like, yeah, you know, what's the problem? Excuse me, whatever. I'm like, shoot, I said more than that. I'm like, shoot, don't let this chemo food take this chair and beat you with it. But shortly that she found out the daughter paid her bill for chemo. And of course, her daughter ended up walking in shortly thereafter she get home drunk, of course. And it just seemed like the whole movie she was drunk. She drunk, passed out. Um, and from what I gather, I guess she's drinking because she has a lot of childhood trauma going on. When she was growing up, apparently the mom let one of her men friends do something to her, which you'll find out about that later on if you watch the movie. Um, but yeah, after that, you know, she go to sleep because she's been drinking all over. But her and the oldest son get into it later on that night, because she took the money out of his phone and he ended up getting smart with her, pushed her, whatever, and then of course the youngest son ended up coming trying to intercede. Trip, and I don't know whether that's the TV or the microwave that fell on him, but it's like one of those situations that I mean you want to take up for your older brother, but you pretty much just knee high to a grandfather. So, you know, sometimes it's just good to stay around and move around and make sure mom handles things. But some kind of way, I don't know whether it's been down there or whether it probably, you know, it was placed there. But later on, they found like a dead cat in the basement, and that's when they was trying to say like that's where the fire was going from. But we all know because if it's a hole in the floor and stuff like that, first of all, why is a hole in the floor of the basement? Pop that seat. I talked that early on when I think she was shining the light and I saw something when she was shining the light down in the basement early on in the movie. But this is where Monique shows up. Monique, I love her. Monique worked my nerves this whole entire movie because the condescendingness that she brought to the house that was not necessary. It just, you know, it was cringe. It almost played into her character, the character that she played as Precious all the time. So yeah, I really didn't care for her character much, but yeah, she plays a social worker, and she shows up and apparently, um, yeah, the grandmother doesn't care for her much. I don't know what happened with that. I probably ended up missing something when it came to that, but yeah, they don't care for each other much. So she came and was asking her why she didn't inform that she had moved and whatnot. And she was like, yeah, you know, I thought you know, pretty much as a social worker, you would think that she knows everything. Because the way she was talking, she was like, oh, yeah, you know, I've been at this kid's school and, you know, they said they're not doing good in school or whatever they be. But if you know they're not doing good in school, why the fuck you asking her, you know, or asking the kids how is school if you already know the answer? Then she go into the grandmother's medicine and stuff. It's a whole bunch of unnecessary bullshit she just doing when she came. And then that's when I did first glimpse at girl. Now, I don't really know her real name, but anybody that has watched the movie Cover, um, it's a couple of other movies that she played in. But yeah, she's a very good actress. So apparently she's watching the house. It looks very stalkerish at first because you're like, okay, the social worker is coming, then you see her sitting on the side. So of course you would just assume that the social worker has somebody like sticking out the house or whatever. But they don't know each other. We found that out later on. Then the daughter ended up having a party, which she ends up getting the phone that she pretty much whined and cried about early on. But yeah, I'm gonna get her my phone because I went too far. But yeah, it was her birthday, so I guess then this is the time that Omar decides to sing the Glenn Close therapy. And then the guy, I don't know what his name is, but I know he played on Star as one of the actresses. He must be one of Lee Daniels' friends or something because most of the time when Lee Daniels does a project movie, he is always in that project. So like he's at the party, everybody having a good time, of course. Send the kids to bed so that the grown-ups can have their parties out. I don't know about y'all, but that's what I knew of doing. Once the kids bedtime come around and you put the bed, everybody start to have a good time. So once everybody cleared out, you know, um, there was a point where there's a lot of banging going on in the house, and everybody should know that when it's something in your house that's possessing or trying to possess your house or possess you, period, it's a lot of banging in threes. And of course, the mom's from passed out, thinking that the kids is fighting or whatever. Go in the room, close the door, and nobody knows what happened after that. The little boy lied and said that they got thrown against the wall, but come on, like, she was too drunk to do any of that. Of course, the grandmother took the kids side or whatever, but, you know, um, things changed after that. So the kids went to school the next morning, started acting weird. The little boy shitted in his hand and threw it at the teacher. The daughter ended up, I guess, having her period and was like really heavy or whatever. And then the oldest son pretty much laughed in the face of his teacher when the teacher was talking about her brother having HIV or whatever, dying of HIV. So it's like you can tell that a major impact happened the night of the party. So this is the part that pisses me off. Once you watch the movie and you'll see why. So they're going to check on the kids. The nurse is pretty much giving a rundown that they didn't see anything wrong with them or whatever the case may be. And yeah, the whole time the nurse is looking at the mom, the grandmother, I mean. I guess because the grandmother is white, and the daughter was being loud and kind of whatever. But if you're talking about the mother's skin, why would you give her the respect to talk directly to her? The whole time she's talking to the grandmother, like that's that white shit. But they get into it because, afterwards, because the daughter feels like, the daughter's like, well, I'm the mom. Why she was looking at you? Why she was talking to you? Why she didn't give me the respect to look at me and investigate? The grandmother, of course, was like, well, you just talk to people in another way. Maybe you're not right on the sound, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Right is right, wrong is wrong. The nurse is wrong. I don't care if it was four people in the room. You supposed to address everybody in the room, not just the white in the room. So they get into it. Of course, they go home, and they continue to date uh, per usual, pretty much. She getting her kids ready for bed or whatever. For some reason, I guess Alberta kind of feels there's something that's going on in the house of her. she decided to hang across and fix her and the daughter get into it about that because she's like, okay, I don't really like that stuff, I don't believe in that stuff, whatever, whatever. And the grandmother was like, yeah, just let me have this one thing. So by the time they fussing and arguing about the cross being on the wall, she get upstairs and the oldest son, because there's of course had to be, is drowning the little boy in the tub. Well, attempting to drown his little brother in the tub. And it's like you could tell something had to be on the body because the mom couldn't even get him off the boy enough to try to save himself. But you could tell a possession in that because the little brother looked at the big brother like, nigga, what was you doing like? What we got going on? But to me, it was like a very eerie scene. Very, just like I said, it looked like a scene from Us. Us meets Amityville Horror, The Conjuring, somewhere along those lines. You could tell it's like a lot of influential things. The script pretty much took place on. So of course Monique Adams just had to pop up the next day after all the shit that happened. Passing judgment like most social workers do, and telling her story about what happened to her son, which is it's weird because like she's a hypocrite because she turned her back and allowed her son to be hit by a car at the age of 7. But she feels, to me, she was projecting because she didn't protect her son. She's trying to protect the children in the house, but the mom not doing anything. And if she read the room, if she read the energy in the house, she would realize that yes, something deeper was going on in that house. Like you could tell very early on. And what really killed me was like while they was talking or whatever, and she was asking to see the kids. Here comes Alberta down the stairs with no wig on, looking like a bleach bomb blitz body, very boxy body, with a baseball bat chasing Bobby at the house. But it was very crazy because it's like people describe, like people that I've seen talk about that particular scene. It's like she looked like a lollipop that dropped on the floor, collecting hair. I like that so disrespectful. I'm like, she did not look that bad. But yeah, she finally approaches the lady that has been staying at the house this whole entire time and pretty much asking her, though she pretty much was beating on the carpet back and saying, do she work with the social workers? Of course she drove on up and down, but of course, you know, the mother is at home pregnant and whatnot, and that's when after she leaves the bar, she's approached by the apostle. Now she says she's an apostle, um, that she had experience with the family that lived in the house before, they family moved in. And they cut to a scene where she's telling the story about how, the family pretty much um, ended up well, the mom ended up killing the family in the house. Now this particular scene when they talk about it, while they meet up at the McDonald's, Alberta is at the church trying to get help. Of course, Tasha Swift, which is the pastor, is like, yeah, you do not do that here. You need to get somebody else to do it. Which I don't blame them. Like, get somebody else. I'm not doing it. But yeah, she was trying to get help. Yeah. But while she's doing that, the audience would jump off at the McDonald's, listen to the story. And to me, the story line that was told by the apostle was very much the grudge because she was like, yeah, the mom killed the husband, then he killed the daughter, then killed herself. So it's like it reminded me of the Grudge. A lot of if you watch the movie, you go see a lot of movie references from a lot of other movies and things like that. But of course, the daughter didn't want to hear that because she's like, "Yeah, you sound crazy. I don't know what you're talking about or whatever." And while they had a meeting at the McDonald's, the poor grandmother is left at home with the son, the youngest son, and just like clockwork, while they sit there discussing everything, she's attacked by the son, well, the possessed son, and killed at home while the daughter was out drinking at the bar, beating the house, and things like that. So, of course, the daughter gets home, the cross is on fire. She finds her mom dead on the floor, and the son comes down the stairs in a Michael Myers type walk down the stairs. Just it just looked very odd and crazy. But the scene that got me is the fact that that he decides to look down at the grandmother and pretty much just switch away. Like the way he turned away from the grandmother was very sashay-ish. Like I don't know. It was just hilarious to me. But yes, of course they trying to say that, somebody in the house killed the grandmother, so it's a crime scene. When he comes to take pictures, because I guess that's a social worker, a fireman in the house, it is enough to, you have to collect evidence of safe environment for the kids. So I think ideally they were supposed to be being on the run because she had loaded them up. They grabbed their clothes, they was just driving, and while they driving and talking and stuff, of course the youngest son took his true form and yeah, ended up telling the mom that she's the reason why her mom was dead, and then his eyes turned black. She stopped to try to get some help. Of course, the people feel as though something is wrong with her. The psychiatrist come and pretty much is another white lady that's being very condescending, very sarcastic. She says she's trying to help her, but me personally, I feel as though she just was trying to get answers just to say, okay, yeah, she's crazy. You don't have to lock her up. She said she hears voices and shit. Which she was. So was the son, but that's why the son was pretty much talking to himself at the beginning of the movie. To me, he wasn't talking to himself. He was talking to um the entity that was in the house or whatever. That's why I say, yeah, it was very much the kind of paranormal activity type vibes or whatever in the beginning. So Monique comes trying to comfort her. Me personally, that's the last person you need comforting you, especially when you done told them, yeah, something is wrong with the house. It's making my children sick and you don't believe me. Instead, you decide to be whatever you made up in your head about me, judging me, and I'm asking you for help. She pretty much was crying for help early on, and nobody was listening to her because all they saw was a drunk, understandably, that, they probably like, oh yeah, she just drunk, so. But they took the kids to a church orphanage, um, I guess because that's the safest option, I'm assuming. And just like the apostle told her at McDonald's, she's like, yeah, you want to meet me, take my number. And of course, she's like, yeah, okay. So after kids get taken to the orphanage, they meet up at, I guess, the apostles' church, and they devise a plan to make her strong in faith so they can help the youngest son dispel the demon. And that, I guess in retrospect, that I helped the other two. I still don't understand how the youngest son tethered his possession to the oldest one. That was one of the things that I didn't get, and maybe I missed it when I was watching it. But yeah, I was like, I understand the youngest son getting possessed, but the oldest two, I guess because they was in the same room with him, or maybe he did something while they were asleep or something. But yeah, I didn't see them get possessed. But yeah, so we cut to the hospital. Now this is the funniest part because Monique, the one who was like, "Oh yeah, you're making excuses, whatever." Well, she's at the hospital with the younger son. The son is in a room with two orderlies that's trying to calm him down because he's convulsing and spitting up milk. Now they say he was foaming at the mouth, but I say it's milk that he drank earlier in the movie because why was it so thick? Ugh, that was ugh. But so she's looking all concerned and stuff like that. So like, how long has he been like that? And like, since he been here, it's like the fuck. But like, he's the only one that's in the hospital, so I guess the other two is fine. Like the orphanage or whatever. So you know, this is when it comes to the scene where the mom finally tells what happened to her. That's all I went and watched. She lost faith and died, and pretty much in humanity because she explains that her mom allowed, I guess, one of her guy friends to do something to her, and after that, during that time, she was praying for God to make it stop, and I guess it didn't stop, so she lost faith or whatever. But yeah, that whole scene is triggering for me because I'm gonna do something like that myself because I don't know what it is about these families. They will allow the men in the family to do whatever they want as long as they're not gay. Like they just let them do whatever they want. So anyway, I'm not gonna go deep into that because that's another topic for another day. But while they sitting there talking about that, the apostle's trying to get her ready because at this point her son needs help. And while the apostle is strengthening the mom and faith, of course, Monique shows up again in the other side room. And at this point, the devil is showing his ass. Pretty much talking about how, you know, Monique's son watches her sleep and everything like that. And so, in this particular thing, and you'll see what I'm talking about, it reminded me of Legion when the grandmother was crawling up the wall. But anyway, while Monique is talking to him, he breaks out of the restraints that he in and falls backwards in the corner of the wall. I know it was supposed to be scary, but it was the funniest shit ever because the computer graphics was just lame. It just didn't hit the way they thought it would hit. So, of course, Monique was standing there watching the shit. Why would you just stand there and watch the shit? If I see a motherfucker break the restraints and do anything, it's like, I'm out. There's no discussion to be had. So, now, at this point, Monique, the social worker, is talking to the doctor, and he's talking about patient some type of power button or whatever the case may be. And Monique is like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I just saw some shit I wasn't supposed to see, and you talking about it's not the right time to push the button. When is it? So the guy pops up, dressed as a nurse, because they had to get the son out the hospital to perform the deliverance of the apostle. So by the time they do all that, get the son, I guess, back to the house. I don't know who house it is. I don't think it's the mom's house. It might be the apostle's house. But things go wrong really quickly. like she told her early on when we do this not to have no fear, but she walked into the whole situation with fear in her heart and in her mind, which is why she lost the whole doubt that she was trying to deliver the son from. And while he was doing all that, the devil used the son to turn into the grandmother. And while he was pretty much the grandmother, yeah, I don't watch it, but she ended up saying something that is just, to me, I know it was meant to be funny, but it was, to me, it was so unnecessary to be said. Like, Lee Daniels could have left that part out completely. But, yeah, so they still performing everything. She told the mom to go stay because things were starting to get out of control and out of hand. But by the time the mom made it back downstairs, the apostle was dead because she pretty much didn't have faith in what she was doing. She had fear in her heart because, she knew the power that, was possessed within the entity that was in the son's body. But while they was performing the deliverance, of course, it's affecting the oldest brother and the oldest sister. They going through their own the transformation during this time as well. So after everything was said and done, and the apostle, of course, passed away. Now it's the mom's turn to take over. And the mom did her thing. I will say that. The mom did her thing. Some parts were very cringy to me. Like, I understand, you have to talk your way into something or pretty much hype yourself into something. But when she shined the light on the little boy, which was possessing, he's pretending to be her son, the fact that they had him like stick his son out in his flag, like, really? But I would have left that part out too. But that's when everything just pretty much escalated very quickly. She was fighting a battle within herself because the devil was using her weakness, trying to distract her from what was really supposed to be the matter at hand. But by the time everything was said and done, she won that battle. Like, she won the battle and she won the war. I really liked the ending. The slide on her knees really didn't need to happen. She could have stayed if she was and just didn't feel. But that slide, like, very much footloose. Like, I don't know. But it's like, once everything was said and done, and she pretty much sent the devil back to hell, everything. The, the oldest kids was pretty much back to normal. Anything, any adverse reactions that they had, they pretty much went back to normal. They didn't have no markings or anything. But the sweetest thing I feel as though was when she went to, hug her younger son, or the son grabbed her hand. You could just tell that he had been waiting on her to come and save him or whatever. But that's just my opinion about it because it just was a warm moment or whatever. But yeah, after everything was said and done, of course, Monique was like, yeah, we had a long fight to get your kids back. But eventually she did. The end of the movie pretty much was them, uh, all four of them driving back to Philadelphia, I think it is. And pretty much she was like, yeah, me and your dad say, we're gonna try to work things out, try to get back together, whatever. And the movie came to an end. Now, the fact of the matter that this movie was based on a true event is like a lot of the true event. I feel as though Lee Daniels combined a lot of plots and storylines to make the movie the way that it was because I ain't gonna front. I went on TV and I watched the movie, well, the documentary, and a lot of some of those things that he put in the movie wasn't on the documentary. It really was like I don't know, but I know he probably did it to make it more scary, more interesting. But he could do that a lot of the computer graphics and all of that. But I enjoyed it. If you're interested in going to watch it, just from the review that I gave, by all means, go make your own assumptions. It's on Netflix. Um, they say they just added it, but I know it's been on there since Friday. But just like I said, I enjoyed it. My opinion about it is it could have did without a lot of scenes. Like Glenn Close scene towards the end could have been did without the whole on the knee slide thing. They could have did without, and the little boy crawling up the lawn definitely could have did without. Um, but yeah, that's my take on it. That's my review of the Deliverance by Lee Davis. If you enjoyed this review, by all means, there are many more to come. I'm trying to get into doing more reviews than reactions because I don't have the patience to edit all that. But yeah, if you like me, make sure you subscribe, like, comment, and by all means, if you have another movie that you want me to review, leave it in the comments down below, and I'll make sure I get to it sometime this week because you know right now it's just one of those parts of the year where I'm dealing with a lot. My dad passed around this time, so I'm just trying to keep myself together. But it was nice giving y'all this review tonight, and I hope to see y'all next time. Later.